This is a test. We decided to find out what it takes to make a food recipe video, and we're slowly learning the process. We didn't agonize over choosing the recipe. It happened to be a dessert because it was next in line. And that dessert happened to be apple strudel. Nothing very contrived about it. Apple strudel is a simple, easy to make, everyday dessert. It may not be particularly elegant, but it is spectacularly good. Next to an espresso, it's unforgettable. We used Fuji apples because we like their taste, but any apples can be used. If you're lazy, which we are, you can use a mechanized peeler, which we did. A peeler can peel 3 pounds of apples in under a minute. You can peel them by hand, which takes longer and requires some measure of manual dexterity. The apples were then grated with a food processor. Process took, again, maybe a minute. You can certainly also do that by hand if you feel that process builds character. This is what 3 pounds of peeled, cored, grated Fuji apples look like. Sort of a negative model of Mount Fuji. Squeezing out the juice from the grated apples is a crucial part of this recipe. This process allows you to reduce and control the amount of moisture in the strudel and prevent the finished dessert from becoming soggy. This is the part where I failed. I failed to see the camera that I was using wasn't recording. So all the carefully arranged ingredients in the recipe are not to be seen here. This was only the first reason I failed to produce a good video recipe, but not the only one. Lighting was another, and there were others. Thankfully, my wife was there to finish the strudel. This is how phyllo dough is used: brushed with melted butter, sprinkled with confectioner's sugar, and stacked. There are 6 layers in this case. Less layers would probably not be enough to form the strudel, and more would likely be excessive, giving the strudel a stiff, woody structure. 6 layers seem to be the right amount in this case. Around the Mediterranean, both the Greeks and the Turks each insist they invented phyllo dough, and of course, they're both right. Both their cuisines include a large variety of distinctly different dishes using it, one more delicious than the other. This is how the filling, whose composition is simple, and which I'll include in the notes of the video, is placed. My wife likes to hold it back from the very edges, but it can in fact be placed to fill the strudel leaves to the end. Phyllo dough is an unleavened dough made from flour, water, and a little vegetable oil. It originated in time immemorial somewhere around the Mediterranean, and is extensively used in that part of the world in both sweet and savory dishes. It's not easy to make, but it's reasonably easy to buy frozen. Following filling and folding, the strudels are brushed with the same melted butter which was used on the leaves. The oven is preheated to about 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. The strudel is placed in it for a total of about 25 minutes, turning the baking tray about halfway into the cooking process. When finished cooking, the strudels are removed from the oven and laid out on a cutting board to cool. After a few minutes cooling, they can be sprinkled with confectioner's sugar and cut in whatever serving size is desired.